Okay, let's go.
All right, Noah, thank you so much for coming out here on the Telstar Surf Talk with us today. For the people who don't know you, do you mind explaining us a little bit what your role is at Naish?
Sure. So I'm Noah Hoffman. I'm the head of wing and foil here at Naish. I do most of the design, all of the design for wings, most of the design for foils, and all the design for boards. So a lot of products, but stoked to be here and stoked to share a little bit about what we've been working on.
Right, so we have the big man from Naish right here. You've been working on a new ADX, and that one's actually releasing today. Could you tell us a little bit about the roots of the ADX? Like, where is it originally designed for?
Yeah, so the ADX was our first kind of high performance wing. It was the first wing which featured the hard handles, and when we first came out with it, the first generation was an all-around kind of easy to use, easy to understand, easy to transfer to from the original kind of designs. So it started as an all-around wing, and then now we've made it a little bit more tailored towards a single discipline because we've just expanded the range this last year. So now we have the ADX, which is more towards free ride, free race, freestyle. The Neutron, which is more of an easy rider, low power wave wing. Now we have another wing called the Atom. It's our 3-strut light wind wing for like super light conditions. And then our Wing Surfer package wing, which is our entry wing. So now that we have a full range, it's a little bit easier to target each wing to make them really good at what they're supposed to be for. But yeah, the ADX started as an all-around, and now it's specific for being the best going back and forth.
All right, thank you. So compared to last generation ADX, what's new about this one?
Yeah, so this is our 3rd generation of ADX. From last year, it got a bunch of new changes. The first and most noticeable will probably be the panel layout and the outline. So we made the new radial panel layout to increase the stiffness in the canopy, give it a little bit more lifespan, and have a bit more response when you're riding. You also notice that the trailing edge got a little bit bigger. So we added area to the trailing edge. That's helped add some low-end power, a little bit more control, and a little bit better upwind. So small upgrades that make a huge difference when all added together. Because of all the canopy changes and the outline change, I had to go in and play with some different profiles. So I got a new profile throughout the whole size range, all tuned for the smaller sizes or the bigger sizes. So each size has its own exact profile that makes it work well. They also got lower twist. So the ADX is still a high dihedral wing. So the wingtips lift up and self-balance. But they got less twist in the wingtips. So it's easier to sheet in and it gets a bit softer of a feel when you're riding. And some new windows so you can see a bit better through the wing. Oh, I forgot our new handle system. So on Neutron, we just introduced a removable interchangeable handle system. So the ADX and the ADX Nvision now have our interchangeable handle system, so you can go between a boom and 2 handles, which is toolless. So at the end of your session, you can de-rig and pack really small. So you can just be really interchangeable. And what's nice about our handles is that you have one size boom for all wings and all sizes, and one size handle for all wings and all sizes. So it's really easy to go for a session. You put one set of handles in the car and you just go and have a good time.
All right, it's so cool that you made the handles and the boom interchangeable. These days there's a big topic about whether you should use a boom or handles. Can you tell me why you should choose one or the other?
So our ADX, we are supplying with the 2 short handles. And the reason we did that was because it's a bit easier for the customer to understand. It tells you basically where to put your hands. You want to be at the front of the front one and the front of the back one, and then you can tune your preference of hand pressure based on that. Where the boom is on the ADX Nvision, a more performance-oriented wing, and it gives you a bit more options. You know, you can ride one-handed easier, you can ride with single-point harness lines. When you transfer in jibes and tacks, you don't have to find the handle when doing it. So it's also easier for rotations, easier for the super technical freestyle tricks. So there's a few reasons why you would want to, but it does always come down to preference. So my preference is boom, so I basically ride the boom with everything. I know people who only ride handles because that's what they like. So our system allows you to switch between the two really easy. Yeah, and that's kind of why we did it.
Okay, so you also made an Nvision ADX, right? And can you maybe tell me the difference between normal ADX and the Nvision one?
So the ADX Nvision shares a bunch of the same changes that the ADX got this year. So different profile, different outline, new handles, etc. With the addition of the Alula GC82 leading edge and strut. So we call it our helium airframe. It's our lightest and stiffest airframe, so it enhances a lot of the good things about the wing and makes them even better. On the ADX, because of the Alula being stiffer, we can reduce the diameter of the leading edge segments, which reduces the drag, makes the wing a bit faster, makes it a bit higher performance. What this does to the wing, the ADX Nvision will feel much stiffer in your hands. So when you're pumping it up to get started, it feels much more responsive. Compared to the ADX though, it feels lighter in your hands, which makes it feel less statically powerful. So for the people who are just holding the wing and using the wind to get up versus pumping, they would prefer the ADX over the ADX Nvision. And the people who are pumping and actively using the wing to get up like the ADX Nvision much more because it allows them to create much more power dynamically.
Okay, so there is a price difference in the ADX and the Nvision one. How come?
So because of all these nice performance upgrades that you get, being less draggy, faster, more stiff, there is a price difference between the two wings. The ADX has all the core performance elements of the ADX Nvision, and then the Nvision just takes it to the next level. It's well worth the upgrade in my opinion. It's the wing I ride, but then again, I don't have to pay for it. So I'm a bit lucky in that sense.
All right, thank you, Noah, so much for sharing your expertise with us. You've been working on two very awesome products, I can say. Can you tell us a little bit about something that you're working on, or?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. It was a good time talking about the things you're coming out with. In terms of what's coming next, I've been working a lot on a new race wing. We see it as a big market, a really cool thing to get into, and it's very technical. So I enjoyed the design process myself. Yeah, so that's coming soon. I can't share very many details, but coming up.
All right.
From Naish, yeah.
All right, Noah, thank you so much for coming out. It was really great to see you again, and we'll keep in touch for the next things that are coming up.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.